Yo, what's happening, guys? Tonight we are running 5.7s in Factory again. This is all we're going to do tonight. We've got presets set up, and we're just going to keep running, see how we go. Alright, let's... jump straight in, I guess. We are literally just running a preset, we've got it all ready. So hopefully tonight we can just bang in and out, in and out, in and out, go through some stuff, let's see how we go. This will be the first raid of the night. Fridays generally super brutal, so it'll be really interesting to see how we go. But yeah, the 5.7 is being a really awesome pistol for this. We did our first one last night. And yeah, had some you guys come in, hopefully get some players jump in tonight, which is pretty cool. We took down a couple of pretty heavy players last night, which is awesome. We actually got super lucky, so I think it could be a super brutal night, but you never know with Tarkov, that's the cool thing. So we'll see what happens tonight. Yeah, the 5.7 is awesome for this, really good around corners. Look, it's just wicked. I'm taking a basic kit that some people might have, like coming up to, Wipe's going to be soon. I'm not really using the rigs or anything like that. I've just been running just a basic level 4, run 2, 50k, straight off the fleet, 5.7s. Using the high pen ammo, which is like 37 pen. If you've got into that yet, like penetration has an impact on armor. So this has been really good for Factory. It'll be interesting to see what sort of players we get on a Friday night, or if they're all over in customs. So yeah, normally just throw one grenade in, some basic meds, and always take Factory key, because I am trying to get out of these raids as well. You don't have to just like get into Factory and die. You can, take a player and loot and get out, which is always kind of a nice feeling. But yeah, I'm not really worried with helmets, stuff like that. It's just trying to focus more on movement, getting around the map, getting away from that playstyle, when you first start out, just kind of slow, taking it, you might not be super confident and stuff like that. And I think over the raids that I've done, like I've just had time and time on Factory, it's just really improved like those things and your confidence in the game. And yeah, hopefully get some guys on tonight. We can go through some of that. Just ways I do. Everyone's got their own way of managing and getting through the map. There's areas that I'm better at than others. Like I'm not a super mechanical gifted player or anything like that, but I've had some good luck, since just playing this over and over, and those skills translate onto other maps or convert over. First raid is always the roughest, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. Right. Well, let's get it. This is a bit of a nasty spawn straight off the bat. Yep. So we might have a player here. got one in wood. Now, normally instead of like pivoting, I'll move my feet a little bit so I don't make a pivot noise. But normally I've just sat still. Right, so we got one shotgunner over there. And we got guys controlling office already. And I've got two coming up. There's one up there. That's a good start. That's going to be that guy's teammate. Alright, so that's the second one. Ah, I was way too weak. That's a bummer, but that was a really good start. We played that really well. Yeah, that's really lucky. We fell there. That was kind of hard. He didn't really push any harder. But what we did there is we knew that guy was kind of going to push up, and I sort of ran, and the pistol's really good for whipping through doorways. Like shotguns and longer guns can get stuck really easily. So we ran through we got the first kill, and literally with the 5.7s, aim for the head. That's the aim of the game. It's really good practice for other guns to get that habit. And the second guy came to have a look, and we actually played that pretty well. We didn't move, we didn't like aim or anything or make any noise, and then we're able to sprint around really quickly and catch him off guard. He didn't know if we're coming up the stairs or what, and got him. And then it was our own fault on the next one. There was a third, so pretty happy to get those two straight off the bat. The cool thing with presets, man, is we can just jump straight in. So we will get our preset, and this is where you can just like bang out raid after raid after raid really quickly. It would have been nice staying there a bit longer, but we've had some juicy loot. First guy had a killer armor, which is pretty high tier. But that second guy wrecked us with... We've even been to Gilla's gear. I don't know if he got there that quick. But yeah, with a preset, man, like it's really good. We can equip, we can buy what we need, get rid of this, and purchase it, and we're gonna equip. I have quick keys on my meds here, my painkiller down here, and that's it. You can get straight back into your next raid. Like, if you're really short on time, it's just a really good way just to get into raid, like not be messing around in your stash and things like this. So but yeah, that was a really good that was a really good warm up. That was that's like a Friday night. It is just guns blazing 3 seconds in. Well, we did well. Two's good for me. I'll take it. It would be really cool. I haven't really set up yet, but to play some of these back. Oh, we didn't have instant replay on. That's cool. Get that one out of a stream clip later. Rebooted NVIDIA, so hopefully get those clips. Yo, Invader! Hey, man! Oh, dude, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you around for a while. Not since I think you came for a run once, man. It's cool to see that you found the stream. Yeah, man. This is mostly. It's pretty much this. I haven't played the DC for a while, but I've just been doing some run-throughs on Factory. We had a really good run last raid. We got 2 PMCs. And we're just sort of like doing walkthroughs, you know. If there's any new guys out there who are going to try this game out. So on here, we've got players who spawn over here. So the guy is taking control of that angle there. And he might pop his head up because I think he's going to walk this. Yep. So we got one holding an angle down there. I don't think he's going to move from that spot. There he is. Whoa. Good shot. We had the right idea to try and take him when he came out, but I fluffed that one up. But yeah, man, we've just been running this. So we're just running Factory at the moment. Another good name. That was a real crack shot he got on me there. But how you been, man? Good? What's been happening? That was unfortunate. Oh, yeah, he dropped me with that one. He was a really good shot on his behalf. The raid before, in that same spot, I took out 2 really big players, but I had a third, and I actually fell off the rafter with a lot of health and finished myself off, so... But man, he was quick on the shot there. I saw him in the green fatigue, thought he was a bit of a low level, so... I probably should have kept moving, but I stood still for a second too long. He sort of knew where I was running to. But yeah, man. I don't know if you've stepped back into the Tarkov ring for a while, man. We're just running presets to make our life super easy at the moment. and we can just do this. Pre-med, get back in, and we're just gonna keep running. You know, we're only in the stash for 30 seconds and we're back in raid. Nice, man. Yeah, I haven't played. We had a lot of fun. DayZ was a lot of fun. Yeah, I haven't played for ages. I don't know if there's been any updates or anything. But yeah, I pretty much just play this now exclusively. But dude, if I'm off sometime and you're online, hit me up on Discord, and yeah, always keen to step back into the DayZ. It's a lot slower pace than this, which is kind of nice sometimes. This is probably like, this map is hectic. It's not like Labs. Labs is the notoriously difficult one. I'm yet to jump into it like 1,000 hours. I've been in a couple of times, but Factory I played a lot of. I think when I first started out to like get better at PvP, and Factory, when like a lot of new players, man, I'd sit still and just played, didn't move a lot. And the funny thing is in Tarkov, like, it generally becomes what gets you killed. You're not moving and taking advantage of a lot of things, or trying to find audio cues for stuff. So yeah, hopefully some of the guys jump in that we meet tonight. And yeah, just trying to walk some of this through with some players if we get some in. Man, it's cool to see that you're still online. I didn't yeah, I wasn't sure if you were still doing it or not. I think last time we spoke, doing some renovations and stuff like that. Yeah, man, I've been doing a few clips, a couple of shorts on Tarkov, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah, man, it is, and I suppose, like, I'm keen to see other people play it, and the learning curve is full on with this game, there's no doubt. I think I'm at a point where, like, I'm fairly confident in stuff, and I'm trying to pick up a lot more, like, get into PvP now. But there's a lot of time, like, invested into, learning the maps and stuff like that, and it can be really complex, like, especially if you're watching a lot of the big name streams and stuff like that, they're talking about all the penetration and armor and updates, and you can, like, easily get lost in a lot of it. But I'm just running a super simple kit, and my theory is, like, if you've got something simple, you don't have to worry about that. It's like, you got a preset done, I'm going to keep running that over and over. And then you can just focus on, like, playing the game and learning it, learning movement, learning what players do, how they kind of move, and sort of getting into that kind of game. And it's kind of cool talking through with people while we're trying to pick up audio cues where players are like, we called out the guy at the end of the office, we sprinted past and got a little look at him. He can't hit me if I sort of run really quickly. He just got really lucky with that shot. That was a really good shot on his end. Yeah, man, let me know if that audio is okay and it's not too loud. But yeah, it's super hard, but I think what makes it awesome is it's also what makes it, like, crazy rewarding. And that's what draws players back, like, especially when you're starting out. The adrenaline rush is so big, like, when you win fights and stuff like that. And especially early wipe, because things are so on the line. To get quests done and survive and stuff like that. You've got to, 20 minutes to get something done, or, load time into raid, do the raid. It puts that pressure on players to sort of do well. So it is a lot, but I suppose it is kind of rewarding if it's that kind of game as well. This has been a really good spawn for me lately. So normally this spawn I'll always run. I've been doing that move all these raids recently. So we've got movement up here. They might come down the tunnels. That's one pistol runner. We may have a guy here. Just hopefully there's not someone ratting this. But we do have another player on this side, so a pistol shooter. There is some movement up here, which... So what we're going to do is, I hate doing this sometimes, but we're going to go for the rafters. So that's a player on metal. There's something just around here too. Right, so I might have a clean break at this. Yep. So, yeah, I cleared the other two areas, but I didn't clear that one little hole where that guy was sitting. GG's. This is where pain sims come into play, so... Stomach left side. Whew, it's going to be a brutal night. Yeah, so pain sims there, like my legs would have been black, but I can still run and jump, so I didn't just drop straight off the bat. I was at least able to like spin around and pick up where that guy was. It's just by that point I'd been destroyed. But that spot up there is really good. I was a little bit slow off the bat because I heard those footsteps up there, so I was sort of trying to clear things, but I didn't actually clear that little peaky hole. So I took a run to go for rafters and get up to that same kind of spot. That guy was up there, but this is where deaths can, like, people get really demoralized by the deaths. But now I know that spot, right? So I haven't been killed like that before, or that angle. So I know if the next one, if I hear audio from that direction, like I'm going to be checking up in that hole, because obviously that spawn got up there. He got up there super fast. Something else to check. And this is rip rounds. These are killers, so that's why I survived a little bit. Yeah, like you got to take your deaths and learn from them, you know, and that's the more you do that, you will improve. I don't think you really notice straight away, but like after constantly getting into it and playing, you will pick up on that. Yeah, Invader, if you ever want to go for a run, man, or come and check. Come for raid, dude. I'm playing most nights. We're sort of doing a stream from like 7 till 9 most nights. At the moment, I'm just starting. Like I've just started out. It's been really fun. But we're sticking to it, dude. So we had a super awesome start, and now we've had a little bit of a rough start. But this is the thing in this game, man. You can get really good runs all in your favor. Generally, Friday, like the weekend nights, are notoriously like harder. But we'll run again, see how we go. Yeah, man, it's so yeah, just started streaming the other day. It sort of makes it fun. It's really cool to like have some cool dudes to chat with. Generally, some of the players will drop in if they pick up my dog tags. It's kind of cool. It's pretty cool when you get some kills, people come in and check you out. Always down for a chat. But yeah, man, look, if you're ever on, want to jump in again, for sure. So what's happening at the moment is the wipe will be in about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So there's going to be a lot of events on soon, which are super exciting. Just some crazy stuff happens that they put on. And then it wipes, and wipe is kind of like the most exciting time to play because everyone is back at level 1. So it's, if you're coming in now, it can be a good time still to learn, and stuff like this is awesome. Like you can come in, get into it, just get used to the game, do some, like if you want to even run the quests, it's going to be like things aren't going to be contested. Big maps at the moment is like customs, there's an event on, so there's a lot of money to be made for an event happening. But it's an awesome time to get in, you know, practice some PvP, get used to the game, learn some of the basics. And then, you know, the wipe starts in a bit, so you can sort of play the wipe with everyone else that's starting out. The player base, like, generally, there's a lot of people who put it off until the wipe happens. And then they'll sort of all return. Like, there's still full set. Like, we're matching in super quick tonight, which is great. So it's always a full house on the weekends. But yeah, man, for sure. Come for a run. Hit me up. Cool to catch up. Man, it doesn't matter what level you got, right? So you're a pistol runner. You got something that shoots. I did a really cool lot of clips that I didn't put together yet, just using the pump action shotgun. So I had geared players. I had multiple on Tagilla. It was a really cool way to play, and just multiples on Tagilla. And that's a pump action, like the cheapest thing you can get from level 1. And that was absolutely fine. This spawn, I personally hate. There is a spawn over here who may run up here sometimes, but we're going to commit. We are going to get straight up to second floor office. Weird. So what we're going to do here is just chill for 2 seconds. This raid's a little quieter, but we know there's something happening down there, right? So what we might do is we're going to take a quick painkiller. There is something on metal down the other end. Yep. So this will be another scav. So this is pretty much just... There may be a player trying to sneaky down here. That was possibly a player. So I just got messed up there pretty bad. I'm gonna try and get some heals in. Now I think there's another player down there, but I'm kind of covered with this. So we will... I've got to reload. And while I'm doing this, I'm getting some energy back. I'm pretty sure there's a guy down here, or in glass hallway. But I got stuck there. I didn't aim up quick enough, so hopefully, like, he stuffed. He didn't do too well. Alright, we are pretty much healed. I might even, just while we're sitting here, fix my leg. So we've got Tagilla down the bottom, who might be able to get us well, if he doesn't ruin me from the left. That's Tagilla. Yeah, we might be able to get this. down. Alright. So he'll shoot for a bit, but we'll be right here. Oh, where did he go? I don't know if I had another player shoot at me as an audio bug. But we're going to run into here as a lot of player scavs. I don't know where he went. He didn't come up here. And I think he's down here, but I'm not entirely sure. He's actually come up here. Yep. So we do have a player just here. Or a player scav. Yep. Yeah. Just about to say you never want to re-peek him. Never want to re-peek Tugular. I'm a bit greedy there. I really wanted him. But he's in a really hard spot. So once he kind of seen you once, like, you never want to re-peek again because you sort of aimbotted on that spot. Generally, you sort of need to leave it for like 10 seconds before you head back there. But yeah, we did get that last play. He was actually dressed as a scav, which is awesome. There's a few players doing that at the moment. That's right. If you're getting 1-to-1 here, like, is generally like is good on Factory. Yeah, you're getting that player or raid. It's always awesome if you get out. But this is what it's about: is just getting in and doing some PvP. You're jumping straight in. You're not messing around in queues and stuff like that. I think when you start out, you know, you waste a load of time in stash. Yeah, I need something a little more bouncy. But let's preset and run it again. So we do have some stuff left in our stash, which we'll pick up. Got a couple. Done. Who's down here? Get them ready. And it just makes it easy. Like, got some stuff ready. I think I've got some 5.7s already. Equip that. Buy parts. We jammed ourselves full of stim, so it's going to cost us a bit. For a backpack, like a takedown is kind of cool because they're not expensive. They hold a bit, but you can just keep buying them over and over and over again. Like, you could argue it's kind of pointless, but it is kind of cool when you can carry some gear out if other players haven't got a backpack. So for 30k, I'm not too worried. Well, let's run it again. The only thing I'll check is this is all pretty good. Like, for Factory, you're not going to lose a lot of water and food. You're not in there for huge amounts and carrying loads of weight, so you are generally pretty good. But I think that was our third raid of the night. We're a little more warmed up. But yeah, we've generally just been running like this. You know, hopefully some guys watch it back. Just hopefully it gets a couple of guys come and try it. I was chatting with some guys on Twitch today, and they're just not fans of Factory. I don't know if they just not like there's lots of things. You know, it could be gear fear that you lose it so quick or stuff like that. you know, this sort of breaks that cycle. I guess is really good. It rips a band-aid off quick. You know, you dying quick a lot and stuff like that. It can be seen as like really demoralizing, but I think for a beginner, you might start out on some of the other maps. Like Woods is a lot more friendly. You can explore, and you're not going to be getting hammered all the time. But it is a really good map if you want to improve some gameplay. And I think a lot quicker to a degree is a good map. And just experiencing how players move, things like that, and trying to learn from your mistakes. I think don't get caught up in, oh, I died, I lost gear, that sort of thing. Like, say, what did I do wrong? What can I do better next time? So when I was getting the same spawn, I knew that I don't repeat Glass Hallway anymore. I never repeat it. I'm just not a quick enough shot, so I don't. So I jump down the stairwell, and if I know there is someone in Glass Hallway, I'll peek back up that little stairwell and take them that way and sort of duck and dash. And that's worked for me, so I run with it. Go. Alright, so we got in here. This one again. We are going to go straight to office. This is sort of how I've been playing this most of the time. That's my keyboard just got stuck. So there's no one there just yet. So what we're going to do is actually push up here. Because we will have another spawn down here. And there is another spawn down here. Now this hole is not one to hang around in for a long period of time because you can see out of it really easily. So there's some footsteps down there. Now scavs are kind of cool to have around. They can work as a bit of an alarm clock. Something else is going on. There's something happening over there, so what we might try for here. Oh, okay. Yes, if we get really lucky. There's a bit of a greasy hole in the glass up here we can try for. So you can actually slow peek these bits of glass. And if you hold C, you can creep down as well. There we go. So we got players over there. If we got a shot, would be wild. So, I'm not sure what these guys are playing at in here. There he is. Right, so they're moving up here. We may be able to get them. There's one up here. He's moved pretty quick. I think this is his buddy, yeah. Right, so they're going to head up to office. So, looks like we're in here with a duo. Yeah, so they're going to move up here. This is... I kind of want to get up here before they get in. Like I said, I like hanging around that hole for too long. So I'm going to go back up here and just get a little check. You know, when you move around a load, it's good just to stop and like listen out what's happening. So here I can hear a footstep down here, which you're not going to hear running around like mad all the time. Yeah, we got a jumper. there he is. So we can get him. I don't know how he plays it. We've just broken his leg. So hopefully... we're going to try and get another audio cue. I think he's just over this side. Because I don't want to mess around here too long. Because I feel like I'm going to get head tapped. Jesus. That was a really good flash. So he's got nose on there. So how to play this one? This is kind of dangerous now because I've run up and down here so many times. But I kind of want him to tell me where he is. So if you run like back and forward like this, you can actually turn your head and get a little bit of an idea of where he's at. No, he hasn't taken a shot. And we're up. Just, I don't want to like bore the guts out of it. We'll try this again, but he looks kind of juicy. So... yep. That's what we didn't want to happen. He's still down here. I think he's under there. So I'm just going to chop up on one of these. We're not in a hugely great way. We've still got pain meds for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to let that kick in. I just want to see where this guy is, because I think he's still underneath me. He's playing it really safe. But I still think he's down here. Now we're on a set of busted legs. So what I might do here... there he is. So now we know where he is. We're sort of just going to go. We don't have a lot of bullets, we're bleeding. Now he's healing, so I'm going to repack a bag. So his gun's back out. My thorax and my head are okay. I just don't want to move because right here I've got a bit of a position on him. Yep. Yeah, Damn. I was in a really rough spot there. That was a good fight though. Yeah, that ledge is unfortunately I fell on. Because I didn't want to make a lot of noise to try and see if he'd come out, but I had a scab come up behind me, so I sort of, he was missing a lot of shots. But that one's hard because I've had to break my legs further, right down the bottom. So yeah, this guy's running the exact same kit as me, which is awesome. All right. There's been some good players on time. But this is the thing, like, you died, but I think you get to a point where you've at least picked that fight. You know where that player is. We're able to get out, get some shots off, and move in again. You're not just dying in one spot. And that's a bit of a confidence thing. Like, once you start moving out, we found him, so we sort of knew the area he was out there. We ran out. We sort of didn't go blindly. We were able to pick up on him again. We just couldn't seal the deal. I think he would have had the upper hand, but we were stuck in a really bad spot. But good game. Cool. Back into presets. At this point, like, got some snacks on hand. Just gonna smash this. That'll top me up for now. And we're just gonna dive straight back in. There hasn't been a stack of, like... Even when it's quiet, there's always players in Factory. Like, it's something to be really wary of. And, you know, don't run around completely blindly, because generally you're still going to get matched up with players. Like, sometimes you get a really quiet one, but I'm always really sure to, like, you know, always check. And it's a good habit too. Like, always check corners, clear corners. One really bad habit I had when I started out is I would peek way too wide, so I would right peek, but I would throw my whole body out. And then I learned if you're aiming down sights and you're sort of peeking a corner, you'll actually peek a lot tighter, which is sort of a fine art. Yeah, if any of you guys have got questions, definitely throw them through. But yeah, we've only seen this guy once tonight, I think. A fallen victim too, but we've actually got him a couple of times with the 5-7. I think last night we had a good run. But generally, I've been really happy. Like, spending the time on Factory, how I navigate the map and the spawns, has been really good. And it's kind of like a micro version of the other maps. Everyone used to say how much they hate Lighthouse, and I just played that for like 2 weeks. I think I just took a VPO, which is a really basic sniper. It's really cheap, and I played that. I learned how the rogues worked, and I got more confident. So when I was in a map, I didn't have to think about where I'm going or what's where. You're a lot more confident, and you can focus on watching out for players or playing a bit more tactical. But it's because you have gotten that foundation of like map knowledge. You're confident with the same kit you're always running, and then you can focus more on the map. If you don't really get into a map, or you avoid playing it, only play it for quests, you're probably prone to not have like a more enjoyable time, because you're trying to look at Wikipedia, which you will for the first, like, when you first play, you'll always have a map open to learn it. I've played each of the maps enough now, like, I don't really use Wikipedia a lot anymore for maps, so I still do. I still load up for loot, quests. Probably start a wipe. I'll have it back open for quests, definitely. It's an absolute must-have when you're doing that. Oh. This spawn. Man, we've just been getting this all night. Now we're just going to sit here for a sec and wait for an audio cue. Until we make our next move. So generally what to watch out for is obviously that end of... So this guy's coming up now. So he's coming out for office. So he's on metal, so he's right down there. So he's actually in safe. So what we can actually do here is hopefully, if we get lucky, so there's a guy in safe at the moment. Boom. So like that, you have got yourself a new kit. Cool. That's a come up. So now we have all the scavs starting to spawn in. Now what we're going to want to do here is just close this door off. I do have another one down here as well. Now what I'll probably do here is I'll dump this. So we can use that. This guy actually didn't have a mag in his gun. So that was his problem. It happens, man. That's really unfortunate. Alright. And yeah, he had it on full auto. The poor dude just didn't have him. So we do have a guy down here. Unfortunately, I don't have a nade. So, cool thing with this map is the key is a really good thing to have on you. Because we can take a safer extract. So, you know, the cool thing is with this, we're going to try and get out here really quick. I think factory key is like 130k at the moment. But if you can get out sort of safe, then that's awesome. But man, if the other guy jumped in, that's really unfortunate. Your gun didn't have a mag. But good fight, man. I got up there pretty quick, and I whipped around with the 5.7. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's still funny. Like if I'm doing things normally, you know, it's if you hold Alt and click, it's going to equip it straight away. So normally with helmets and stuff like that, and then control, it'll chuck it straight into your bag. So we're still pretty happy with that. Like to come out, there's been a lot of P90s. I've had a couple of P90s come out. We had a Vector last night, which was really cool. But Betty, was that you? No? No, that was cool. Yeah, man, thanks for stopping in. What's happening tonight? But yeah, tonight we're just running some basic presets. We're running the 5.7 in factory. I think it's just kind of cool to show people that you can do well with it, and I just use it to like practice like PvP and stuff like that. So I got up into a spot, waited. Another player came up to take control of the other end of the office there, and actually went into safe, and we were able to creep up and hold that angle and wait for him when he got out. And yeah, we got the head tap and the kit, and we're out, which is awesome. But yeah, man, what's happening tonight? What's your where are you at with Tarkov? Yeah, we're just gonna throw the preset back on. And this is where the presets are really awesome. You know, especially if you just don't want to be wasting loads of time in your stash. I just had a couple from insurance. I equip it. I'm going to grab a nade because this can be a bit glitchy, so we're not going to worry. Just going to ignore that. Run our quick set. I run 5, so I just use the 1 button for both meds, which is a really cool preset. So if I'm ever in the panic, it's going to fix my heavy bleeds first. This is going to fix my lights. Just straight up on 5. We're running a lucky dollar. We're just going to see if we got some food real quick. Yeah, just jam this down. And let's hit it again, see if we can come up. The cool thing about presets too is like you're going to reload your gun if you had your mags a certain way, it's going to get dog tags out, you're going to replan your stims, all that kind of good stuff. So it's kind of a cool habit to get into because when you're in a raid, you know, you might need a mule and you forgot to load it in manually, a preset's going to do all that for you. Yeah, we had a couple of rough ones there, man, but yeah, we came up good there. So I think we've had a duo on the first raid, which is awesome. A couple of beats, but good fights. And yeah, we got the run on that one. It's a really good way for Factory. Like, the office is sort of contested, and how it's sort of designed is like if you both rush, you're kind of fighting at that top level. But it's really good for isolated factories. I always stop and take audio cues. So if I don't have any information, I don't really just run around not knowing what my next move is. So I'll kind of like sit still, I'll get some audio cues, and it gives you a really good game sense and you'll feel a lot more confident. If I sort of run around, there's been a lot of noise, I find it really disorientating because I'm not sure what's going to happen. And generally the raid doesn't sort of go in my favor. So yeah, I'll sit and chill for a minute just to see if I get another audio cue, then I'll work around that audio cue. You know, is it a scav? If it's a scav, can I leave it? And it's going to tell me if another player's coming. Scavs are awesome for that. Because they'll be your little alarms, man, your little guard dogs. Let you know what's happening down on the ground. Yeah, hopefully I might get a Tagilla kill tonight. He's just a bit of work with the 5.7, but we can get his back of the head, we'll be okay. But you can work your way through the helmet, it just takes a few rotates. Yeah, man, if you guys got any questions, throw them out. Happy to chat. Man, likewise, if you got any tips, throw them my way. 100%. It probably, like, everybody knows, like, looting bodies really quick is probably something funny to, like, when you start a kill and you're sort of keen to get at it. Obviously, never rush straight out bodies, so I was pretty happy there. That was just him. But yeah, those alt and control shortcuts can just cut things down really quickly. You know, if you make a habit of trying to do it on scavs every time, it just becomes muscle memory after a couple of days. Yeah, I'm happy with that so far tonight. So, I think running It was like, it's a big learning curve and there's a lot of beats, and then there's this point where you sort of, I went and played a lot of the other maps and came back to Factory, and it's been really good. And those skills have translated to like other maps as well. Dorms is one I only recently started getting into. Now it's contested to practice. I had some really good come-ups. I sort of surprised myself, and that probably from running so much Factory, and it's a little bit more close quartery. Because I tend not to run out in the open on this map for generally the rafters, which we saw tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just a chill Friday night. Cool to know what you guys are up to. Just cruising around on YouTube, looking for something. You guys getting into raise yourselves? Yeah, if you man, I'm looking to get a couple of subs. If you guys want to check out some channels, some of the clips would be awesome. Always love some feedback, but I've just been doing a few shorts. I think I'm going to start doing some vids pointed more towards like the new and casual players. There's so much information to work through. You know, there's so much you don't really need to know early on. So this spawn, always get the hell out straight away. Don't even stick around in there. Alright, so we got early scavs. Yeah. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to leave those guys there. And we're going to kind of play this the same. So that angle hasn't been held just yet. So I might even just sort of play this a little bit the same. We're just going to get an audio cue. Don't pivot. See how it makes this noise like that? A cool thing to do is you can walk and just pivot and you won't actually make that swivel noise, which is a little bit more sneaky. Now we haven't had any scav shoot off yet. I shouldn't really be hanging right out in front of this. Now, so we do have scav down there. This doesn't sound like anyone's hit this just yet. This is I say it's quiet, but there'll be players here. We're just going to check this out. It's also cool to just throw your eye in the distance in the rafters, because you do get the odd Mosin man sitting back up in there. Servers is another one. You might see a little naked head pop out of down there like that. So he's going to have a little crack. Now he's got a pretty good bead on me, so I'm going to shoot. Cool, and the game's going to start now. There we go. So he's actually shooting to try and pen me straight through there. Now he's going to come up through office. So one thing I've started having to go at is actually bathrooms. Now bathrooms are super obvious. That is a problem. So we're going to try and run this. So hopefully Tequila doesn't throw his head out here. So I've just stirred the pot. Yeah, okay. So Tag is in here. He's probably going to pop his head out in a minute. Now, the other players will know we're here soon. So I don't think he's moved much. He's going to sort of sit there. He's chased us and we just got out because he'll smash you with his hammer. So what we might do, just going to have a quick gander. No one's took our head off yet. I think there's other shots of scavs, so we might just start clearing a couple of these scavs off first. Yep, okay. An easy way to clear these guys out, which might actually be... I just don't know if Tequila's sitting up here or not. So we might just have to do it this way. Alright, that is rubber banding. Yep. Boom. That was only a matter of time. That might have been a player, I think, down near Extract. That lasered me really hard. Yeah, that was kind of a hard one. We ran out on Tagilla, got up there, probably like we were just advertising up on that bench a bit. Yeah, I think this guy was down camping around the Extract. But yeah, GG's. Well, not camping. He was just down around there. He played it. He probably came down from forklifts and heard the gunshots. And that's what you got to expect. It's a case of really when you are shooting and making that much noise to reposition. I just wanted to clear the scavs out and have a go for tequila. But yeah, we're sort of open and exposed there, so awesome. Good game, man. But yeah, it's cool, man. If you can sort of play and sort of like think like this a little bit, like it really helps you think, okay, next time, like I'll go out there and use that space to do what I've got to do, but I'm going to get back in. Or, you know, I could have cleared it a lot better and put my head down a bit more because he couldn't have shot from underneath the rafters. But GG's. So yeah, we'll chuck on a preset, run another one. That was hectic with Tagilla coming straight in. It sort of threw me straight off guard. He is a funny AI boss. But yeah, for guys for coming in, like we're just running presets tonight. Just showing guys how you can just get in and out of factory really quick. Try and do some run throughs, what's working, what doesn't work, you know, what's happening, what mistakes we've made along the way. For guys who want to learn it, feel a little more confident. Like I'm an average player, I feel a lot better now. I've run a lot more factory. You know, get a bit more confident in your movement, stuff like that, and have some fun. But I think the thing with deaths is you can see like guys like, oh, cheating or stuff like this, or man, it's you've made a mistake. Like that point in time, they've played you a little tad better. This we found tonight, which was hilarious. The poor guy didn't have his mag in, so we walked out with a kit. But yeah, presets, like you don't have a lot of time. You can waste so much time in stashes. Is just getting in and load one out. And we have still just got some ammo. Yeah, we're running a little bit low on this stuff now. Boom. And like that, you can get straight back in. I was going to drop that second mag, but I've been using them, so it's been pretty good. Yeah, a lot of guys just might run one extra 30 rounder, not to burn through so much ammunition. So, like, you can go through a lot of raids really quick. So, you know, depending on skill level, stuff like that, you know, if you haven't got heaps of a good ammo or something like that, but just get in and use the stuff, you know, and it's really good. You run out, it's good to have a backup kit and stuff like that. You know, you might switch to an AK ammunition or something like that. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, 100% throw them out. But yeah, I think tonight we've played a lot of going straight into office. Like it is the super competitive area. It's kind of hard to fight out of too sometimes because it's such a point of interest that people are going to know there's players in. But we've had the spawns that play to that. I don't think I would have played some of that much differently. Like I would have still gone for office. We've been really quick to get in there. We haven't been shot up there, you know, doing a bad peek on the hallway or something like that yet. All right, let's get it. Man, we've been getting these sort of spawns today. Alright, my keyboard there needs a replace. Alright, so we're not going to flap, we're just going to hit office. It's probably preferable just to get in this side. Now this is a... Now there's generally a spawn down, so this is red room. You do get a spawn out of here as well. So we have heard a shot over at Forklift's Way. That doorway is going to close. A lot of this game is like covering, you know, you want the least amount of angles hitting you at any one time. So we're just going to get a quick audio check. So I'm probably due for a play down on my right. But it's probably a scav because Factory is more running. So again, I'm going to have a quick look this way. So how I might run this one. So pretty much we've made our presence known by this point. These doors you can just see are closed. So there are spawns hanging out around down here. We may have someone... Yeah, we've got our office player. Oh. I thought I would have had him in that one, but he knew I was there. So what I could have done there is I should have been, the second I knew that, oh, he was stuck in the hallway, this is where it's like being an aggressive kind of pays off. Dirty old tramp. Jeez, man. So when he was stuck in that hallway, so I did that play 2 raids ago, we should have pushed it right then. And we would have had an angle, like a little bit exposed, and we could have probably killed him a lot easier. Because we hesitated, we let him come in. I stood right in front of that door, which is kind of silly. Like I should have either fallen back and held a position knowing he's going to come out of that door. But I stayed right. I got a bit confident there, thinking I could take him. But it threw my gun up and he put one straight in the face. But yeah, this is where like they talk about where aggression can sort of be your friend. So, and I think a huge thing with Tarkov is you get better at making snap decisions. So, you know, if it snapped a little bit quicker and thought, hey, I can run in, it looked like a low-level helmet. And they're things that come from experience. Like, don't treat deaths as something that's bad. You've learned something. Oh, 300 blackout too. You take that and go, okay, I've done that play a couple of times tonight where I've heard something in that hallway and then I've picked it really quickly and I've come out on top. Tonight we kind of hesitated, which wasn't really the right play, so I could have peeked it and thrown some shots and then run off. But let's keep trying. So I think on the run tonight we need to top up a little bit. We are getting low on this stuff. We've burned through a stack of this tonight. We'll get a couple more 5.7s and we'll keep hitting it. Curl, thanks for the sub, man. That's huge. Cool, 1 in. First of the night. Thanks, dude. That's wicked. Alright. Owe this man a raid. We do have some in insurance, but we'll just grab some more. We're going to stay true to our word. We are just going to keep riding this pistol. So with pre-kits, if you do run it really hard like I've been doing tonight, we'll just equip this. Buy what we can. The fleet can sometimes do this at the moment. It's a bit glitchy. So these takedown sling backpacks aren't available. So normally what I will do is if we do want to keep trying to run that backpack, it's generally if you just go and manually have a quick look, takedown. Yeah, so they'll be for sale, but sometimes the presets doesn't get them, so don't think that you can't buy it. You know, go and grab one, buy it manually. If you're going to do a couple of raids, buy a couple. And then when you run your preset again, you should be good to go. Cool, so we're going to equip everything here. Now, we've drained most of our SS190. So the next best thing, if you're running a 5.7, is the L191. This is still got pretty good penetration. So for guys who don't know, in Tarkov you've got armor with different classes. So like an ABS, for example, is a level 4. It's going to have a pretty good chance at stopping this, but it's getting pretty close. So after a few good shots, it's going to get through. They did put in this mod around the odds of it getting through, which is so much better. A lot of wipes didn't have this information. You had to go on the wiki and Google it and check it all out. But you can come into your bullets now. You've got damage and pan. You can hover over it. You know, the first 3, it's definitely going to whip straight through. By level 4, the armor's going to have a better chance of stopping the bullets before they get through. So it's going to take a couple more rounds. But with the pistol, the main idea is we're trying to focus on headshots most of the time. So we do have a little bit of this stuff. Yeah, we've got plenty. So we'll top up on that. Now you can just save straight at the top of your preset if you know you're getting low. So I'm just going to save that in. So, and the cool thing with the presets I've been going over, it's going to top all this awesome stuff back up. So our injectors are always full. Pistol's good. We're good for food. You know, we've been on for an hour. You know, we've done like 7 or 8 raids straight out the gate, which is awesome. Now it is a lot faster map. You are hitting PvP really quick, but it is a really cool way just to get in and just get that experience and confidence. And like we're using this kit tonight, so the Ulay armor, I think, Scream Monster, it's a basic level 4. It's a really good slap on and go. Generally around 50 to 80k. 5.7's a 30k. So you know, it might be, it's less than, you know, it's a 150k kit. You know, and you've probably seen a lot of videos and stuff like that on loot runs and finding ways to make money. There's so many maps in different ways. I still go to woods. If I want to play but I'm just not like feeling anything too hectic, I'll still run woods. I learned a couple of stashes. You know, you learn to know what is worth money and what's not. And there's plenty of stuff there, like the old sawmill. You learn to avoid the main PvP areas. And you can make some money really easy. You know, you can jump in a night raid. Sometimes I used to just take a pistol and a decent sized backpack and I just get armor and stuff. Once you're confident fighting scavs and things like that, you can pick a bit of gear up off them as well. And the more slots that are free on your body, it's more money. So if you've got a pistol, you can pick up 2 guns. You know, rubles are rubles, so... and then you start learning to take car extracts, like get a scav rep up and stuff like that. So you can get in and out of, you know, a woods raid. If you get a good spawn, you're 10 minutes. Rinse and repeat. Get a preset. Have some space in your stash and just find a way to just dump it and go. Don't be messing around with that too much. Yeah, I think we might slow it down a tad. My audio on my headset's a bit funny. Alright. So a little slow out the gate here. So that is fights over the other side, over in Forklift side. We're going to play this the same. We're not too slow. Yep, so that's a shotgunner down there. Yep, that's to... Oh, jeez. He's going to be coming down here. For sure. So you use stuff like this kind of crafty little angle, you know, just a little bit more concealed. We might try and take Tigula. But generally what will happen is he will heal. Yeah. And we got a few in, but the re-peaks on him is so... I've said it tonight and I've just done it again. Never re-peak. Generally find another angle on him every time and you'll be absolutely fine. But the trick is with him, normally if he's a bit more out in the open, is you'll get some hits into him, he'll go and heal, and then he's generally a lot easier to get that way. But as long as you don't re-peak him or any boss, you're absolutely fine. If you do, wait a lot longer than what I just did. But yeah, he does spawn up there as well. So just be careful. Like when I flashed that, I was like, whoa, there's someone there. But then I saw it was him. So yeah, we'll drop it back a notch. But yeah, let's run the preset straight back in. Like I said, we're just in and out of stash in like 20 seconds and we're straight back in. I'm practicing that. Yo, someone else joined in chat. What's going on? Welcome. Tonight we're just doing 5-7 runs on Factory. Just trying to show how you can just get more time in raid. Practice a little PvP and just go through some basic stuffs. It's been good tonight. There's been some good players, but it's not like mental. I think a lot of the huge activity is over on Customs on the moment, which has been super exciting. If you haven't played it, definitely go and check it out. If you guys are doing the quest line, I've already done it. But yeah, like I said, presets. We bought a couple of backpacks. So here, when you work with presets, there is a bit of a bug with if you have a certain gun, it's going to glitch out like this. So normally before stream, I will actually go and load up on a couple of 5.7s. And what you'll find when you do that is you're not going to end up buying a load of pistols that you didn't want. They're a load for sale at the moment. So like it's a wicked time to try this gun out. There's a stack for sale under the trader's price. So you can literally stock up on a load. These guys have only got max limits. I'm pretty sure we have bought all our good ammo for tonight. Yeah, so we still got to restock in like an hour. So we'll work with what we got. And we'll just... So here, you're not getting all the weapon parts, so get ready to trade stuff. Now the other one too to watch out for is if you are got meds in here, like here you got a Salewa, you know, up it a little bit so you're not buying the absolute garbage. Here we're just going to buy the lot. And same with armor as well, you don't want to end up with something horrible. And we do have that backpack glitch again, but we can skip it. And we can just grab something out of insurance that we had. Oh. And like that, just run your pre-key. So I just use 5 for both heavy bleeds and my Salewa. I run with the Salewa because it will heal a lot more of your body part in one go. a lot of the other med kits might only heal 50 or part of a body part if it's really low. This will fill up your thorax examples on 1 health, absolutely full straight away in 3 seconds. So it is kind of a go-to, and you'll see a lot more people using it, and that's why. The other ones are only 1 slot. There's not a lot of money in the difference between them, so you can just jump straight in and run something like that. We don't have a lot of additional ammo. This stuff is a pretty low pen. We're just going to sit this here in the minute, and then... Oh no, we've still got some more. So we'll drop that, top that up here, and let's party. Go straight back in. Yeah, like I said, it's just a wicked way just to get in over and over again, really quick. You're not wasting loads of time in stash, and you're just getting a lot more experience. You're making those mistakes way early on. A lot quicker, you know, you're not sort of prolonging it and over raids and stuff like that. So it is really good for that, as long as you are going, okay, what did I do wrong? And tonight's been cool, like, to look at that, you know, trying to illustrate that we've had some really good come-ups, and we've got the sort of players that we're hunting, I guess. And we've made some mistakes, but we know exactly what we did, and how we would have played it differently. And as long as you're applying that next time, is awesome. And I think the thing that comes over time is like your ability to make the decisions really quickly. So like not being a little bit more aggressive and jumping into hallway, and that's something else. I think it's a lot more of a passive game. Like for me, I was a lot more of a passive player when I started out. I was playing a lot more at range or scoped items. I love the ACOG, the 4 times. I played distance a lot. This has gotten me to play a lot more CQB, which you have to sort of play sometimes. A lot more confident, a lot more fun. And then, yeah, it's just you get all your foundations down. Factory's great for that. And then, you know, you can throw your flare on top of that. Yeah, the raid times have generally been pretty good. There's still heaps of like the action at this point in the lob's been super fun. This one's a bit longer. Hey, Vinny. It does go on sale from time to time. When I first got into it, which I'd probably recommend to anyone, is I think I just started with like a standard account, right? So like anything, like try it, test it out. Occasionally I think commonly I've done like a Black Friday sale. It might be like 25% off or something like that. But you can get in, like start with like a standard account, try it out. I'm not sure how much a standard account is now. I was like an EOD guy, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Got in. But yeah, it does for sure, man. Good question. All right. Yeah, man, just jumping in. We're running Factory with the 5.7 tonight. Just if you're new, going through some basics and trying to run through sort of map and the walkthroughs. This spawn, all right, so we got a player down there. Now, normally I'll never repeat this one. I'll always take this route. Repeaking that hallway is generally really unsafe, but we know now we've got a spawn, or maybe two spawns down there and some scavs. So I'll generally take these tunnels. It's generally pretty safe. You're not going to hit another spawn really soon on. We can also hear there's angry scavs over here, so we've got players. So this is a bit of an active raid. We're going to head out here and make our way up, back out, and have a go at these spawns here. So generally I always get a bit of a sound check, and I'm not even wearing a headset for this raid. So there's some footsteps way over here. So we're gonna... Alright, so the scavs are starting to spawn. Now personally, I don't generally love it up here. There's another fight happened back down here, which is super interesting. So that's metal rafters. We're going to have a guy sitting possibly up top here. Now, I personally hate this spot. So there's that spawn over there. So that's him gone. That was the first one that we saw. Now what we're going to try and do here is just repack. Hopefully I don't get peeked from out there. But I am really low here. We've made a stack of noise. Probably a better thing to do is run back down the tunnel and reload. We're pretty exposed here. But we might just repack this one quickly. We're sort of hidden in these little boxes and we're not making too much noise. And I haven't heard any big automatic fire yet. So we're just going to listen out. And it's probably time to take a pain med too. So pain meds are super important, especially in Factory. Because if you get your legs shot out, you start limping everywhere. I use Vaseline is really good. You get 6 uses. Propitol is really common because it's a health. So you will get some health gen back as well. So we're pretty good here. We're going to go check out that naked. Now, we haven't heard any audio from over here, but I know that there was something happening. The guy might have died. So what we'll probably do now is this is all... I'm just not sure about what's happening in here. So, yeah, he's waiting for us to move. So what we might do... There is definitely something still having a dig. So we've got footsteps up in here still. So something kind of cool you can do. That door's shut. So we should be kind of clear here. And we can get another audio cue. So like you hear a lot of people talking about like audio in this game is massive. Yeah, man, sorry, I was checking out. So I just have like $100 set of headphones, but in-game you wear headsets. And it gives you an audio reach. So I'm not entirely sure what happened out here. Yeah, headsets make a difference. Like, so in game, are you talking about headsets in real life or these headsets here? I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. Now what you can do is just grab some scav gear. If you are running, don't forget to try and grab a little bit of something. Now we are going to have player scavs coming in soon. They really had it out here. See us a little bit of money. Yeah, in-game, massive. There is a guy called Sheath who, like a lot of the big guys, do some really good videos. And they actually give you a bigger range. So there's one called Comtac 4s, which are the most expensive. They're around 160k. And you can hear about 100 meters in game with those, right? Then you sort of, as you come down, so the bottom line is, yeah, they make a difference. There's a footstep over here. They make a difference in your hearing range. Sort of the bottom tier ones, the bottom tier kind of ones have similar ranges, but they have different sound profiles, which is kind of personal preference on what you like or you don't like. So generally, before you touch anything, always just have a little gander. He was completely naked. So I might take those kills. So that's probably players. There's another player just sitting over the other side, so I might go check that out. It's been a bit uneventful. But yeah, headsets are huge, like, and generally as a minimum you take them because, so with nothing, technically I can hear 30 meters in game. It's a lot harder to hear footsteps and stuff like that. I'm playing with it pretty loud on my normal headset here at the moment. So what we might do is might go suss that out. That's what we're here for, right? Now you can hold C. You can get really cool angles, like holding C and using a mouse wheel. I've actually burnt. This is my second mouse that I'm on at the moment. Dog tags. Good question. Okay, so dog tags. A is kind of like a straight up trophy. Always check this. I ran a jet through there. Actually, generally get creepers. There's probably going to be a rat attack in here. Nope, we're good. People love to camp in here. So dog tags is kind of like a trophy. There are quests that you do in game that you've got to hand in like so many dog tags to complete a quest and stuff like that. So some tunes back on. Yeah, so there's one on Lighthouse I've got to do. You've got to kill like 20 bears. So when you start playing the game, you choose a faction. So USEC or bear, and there's sort of like two competing sides. There's not really that much benefit to either or. The only map it impacts at the moment is one called Lighthouse, where the rogues will, in short, go a bit easier on you if you're a USEC, but once you start shooting them, they'll attack you anyway. So yeah, nice. I don't know what you do get. I know I didn't get into it. You do get nakeds running in factory sometimes. A scav may have got his gun off him, so scavs will loot players as well. But yeah, you'll do quests, hand them in. There's different tasks and stuff like that, so you've got to get them. You can sell them, and sometimes in the events, they're worth a load of money. You can use them for barter trades in game. So you can actually barter like dog tags for different items and stuff like that. I don't commonly do it. I've never really used it. I just keep them. They did make a change to the hideout in game, which is an area where you can craft different ammos, you can make different things, you can shoot out and stuff like that. Okay, 250 game. I don't play the PvE myself. I just play PvP. I've tried it as an End of Darkness owner. There was a lot of controversy, which I don't need to talk about, but the Edge of Darkness owners, who were sort of like, it was like the supporter pack before the new edition came out and all the controversy, ended up getting PvE Zone, which is down here. So if it would be a case of, if I was starting out again, I would get the basic one, right? You don't want to invest a lot of money into a game and then find out you don't like it or stuff like that. So you might start with a standard account, jump in and try it. I'm not sure if you can purchase PvEs like an add-on. I don't think so. I know it comes with like the higher editions, but get in and try the game. And if you really enjoy it and you want to chill out and learn, that's wicked. In raids, you can do a thing which is cool. Especially if you're learning maps, you don't want to burn all your gear, or it's just a personal preference. You can on any map come in and do what's called an offline. So you can do enable practice, and this is essentially, you can go through, it's good for like learning maps and stuff like that, but it's no players. You can you'll still have your AI scavs and stuff like that if you want to learn gun mechanics, and any gear you take in you won't lose or anything like that. So it's kind of a cool way. It's not the PvE mode as such, it's just you can go in and try a map and come out. So I had a idea like 2 years ago. I think it might have been Australian dollars then, like, so US. I bought the standard and then I upgraded. I think there was like a standard account, then there was another account, and then there was EOD or something. But as I liked the game and I wanted more room in my stash, ultimately I upgraded as I went, man, and did that. But if I did it again, I'd just buy the basic one, try it out, like just get the bottom one, give it a go. You start to learn the game. If you're going to keep playing it, keep doing that, and just run with the standard account 100%. Jump straight into the PvP. It's crazy fun. It's a lot to learn, and what I've trying to sort of show some players with stuff like this, you can take a really basic kit, and you can go really basic, man. You can just go in with a DB for 8,000. It's not going to be as fun, I think. It gets a bit like you're sort of making it a bit hard for yourself. Take some gear in. But yeah, I'm just going in with a pistol, a basic class 4 armor late in the wipe at the moment, just to sort of show more around movement and PvP type stuff. I wasn't a super confident player. I was very passive. And I started doing this a lot more. Probably like 3 months ago, I think I just did 2 weeks Factory. That's all I played. I didn't play anything else. And then I went back and did some more raids and did other things and focused on maps, and then I found that the skills I speak out from here got a lot more confident. I was happy. I think when you first play, I don't forget, but you hear footsteps and almost freeze, like whoa, okay, what do I do? And it kind of gets you killed because people will come around the corner and you're not moving or doing any sort of play. And Factory is really good for, like, you hear footsteps, getting used to how do I move, making decisions, stuff like that. They did with this one as well, with Ground Zero. When you first start out, it's kind of not matchmaking, but up to level 50, like once you're over level 20, you can't enter this map as a level 15. So the level 0 to 15s or level 20s kind of all can play this one map, and then once you go above level 20, you're with everybody else, kind of thing. So this was kind of how they wanted to give people like a better experience at lower levels, I guess. Like, it's a little like, and then once you come into the other maps, we're all the same. But yeah, man, 100% recommend it. I've sort of done a lot of shorts at the moment, and I'm working on sort of more. I want to help out a lot of newer players and stuff. Like, there's a lot of full-on players that were sort of hard to approach and get advice from. But yeah, like, full on, dude. Keep throwing some questions out. That's what I'm sort of here for tonight. Cool. We didn't really get any more loot. We just got out of there. But yeah, with the dog tag's kind of cool. You can see who killed who. And you can keep them for quests and stuff like that, and put them in your hideout. But yeah, man, we're gonna start doing this kind of like once or twice a week, I think, and just helping out you players that are coming in. So yeah, feel free to throw a sub down, man. It'd be awesome if you're interested. If not, that's cool. And it's kind of what we're here to do. But yeah, if you got any more questions, man, always jump in. But yeah, we're just doing presets. Makes the game really easy. And boom, we're back in. Yeah, Vinny, where in the world are you, man? So a lot of the stuff in my stash. So you get things in game. I think the first, like, you saw all those boxes, right? So you have stash, like, junk boxes. So there's a lot of loot that you pick up in game that you sell. Once you get to level 15, you unlock a thing called the flea market. It's like a global market, right? So the prices fluctuate. So at the start of wipe, things are in really big demand, sell for a lot of money, and later in wipe, there's stuff that can be a lot more money than what it was, a couple of weeks before. So you got to find stuff for quests, and you can store it all in. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff I get at the moment, I probably sell. Like, yeah, there's a stack of stuff. I've got a lot of cases on cases with armor kits and guns and stuff that I found, but generally I try and should press the ready button. Generally I try and run the same kits over and over and over again. So because different armors, and this is getting into like really nitty gritty, but there's different penalties for movement, stuff like that. If you're learning, you'll just run the same thing, get a feel for it, how it goes. Whoa, we're in crazy fast tonight. All right. But yeah, I generally like it's awesome just to run the same stuff over and over again. I haven't had this spawn for ages. So this one's really interesting and a really tricky one. But generally with this spawn, there's another one that can spawn here, which I think we're pretty good. There's no audio cues there. We're probably the only one. So we'll skedaddle back our normal way. But yeah, a lot of stuff I get off players, like there's good guns and stuff, but I just don't use them. And I think when you first start, you sort of like hoard everything. And stash management always becomes a bit of a problem, at the beginning. And you sort of learn what to keep and what not, and that sort of thing, and what's worth money. So what we're doing here, generally a head will poke out really easily along here. We'll check out that. Now, we've been a bit slow, and tonight we did pay the price for not looking up there. So because I'm about to run out in the open, I'm going to pop the pain stem. We're going to try and take this route up here. There should be a spawn down there too. These stairs are a bit buggy. So there's no one up there yet. Yeah, man, are you looking at getting Tarkov, or you're I'll stick by my guns here and say it feels quiet, which means there'll be other players playing pretty quiet too. This raid's weird. So we're just doing a quick clear. Like the only safe on the map. So we might try and recover a little bit of money. What we've lost tonight. No, we haven't lost that much. Yeah, odd. I think we got a dead raid here, so I might just cruise. Well, that's cool, man. If you've got like, that's awesome. Like, if you've got another account to play, then why not do it? So how long have you played for? What do you? You've tried the game already, yeah? Just got to get that password out of him, huh? That's awesome. If you already got a copy, man, crazy not to do it. And especially at this point, like, you know, the game's gonna wipe in August, so really keep an eye out about the wipe. So what that is they wipe everybody's progress, and that'll happen. They predict around August. This one's been kind of long, and everyone goes back to level 1. It's a super fun time to play, man. So now is a really cool time to jump in, try it, you know, get familiar, and then when wipe comes, just like boom, hit the ground running, and you'll be crushing it. Yeah, you'll be getting straight in, no problems. Ah, okay. Ah, cool, man. Thanks for the sub, Vinny. Okay, so can't get out of raid. What maps are you playing? So, are you using Tarkov Wiki and the maps as well? So yeah, let's take a huge step back to when I first started. Yeah, so when you first play, basically on one monitor, you've got Tarkov, and if you've got like an iPad or something with a decent screen on the next one, they are really good. There's like 2 main ones with all the Tarkov maps on it. I think one of them, I think I paid $5 and I have everything. Oh, Shoreline's a big one. It's just a really big map. Yeah, it's generally, that's like a huge thing to learn is the extracts. So every map, I've got my keybind, so when I press 0, if you press the letter O, it shows how much time's left in raid, and if you double tap it, it shows all the, it shows all the extracts. I think I just set my keybind, so once I press 0, it just shows me everything. I don't have to double tap. Yeah, learn the extracts. Like, it's a huge thing to get out of raid. The maps are really good for that online. They'll show you the extract points, if there's any criteria. So some extracts you might need what they call a red rebel and a rope to get out. But most of them, like, there's no requirements, it'll say. And when you're in raid, so you'll bring that up because you won't have every extract every raid. Depending where you spawned, the game's designed that it wants you to move across the map, and players that spawned on the other side will come back your way. So definitely jump on the wiki. But when you first play, you've got Tarkov on one screen, and you've got the wiki sitting on the other. But yeah, were you checking out the wiki? Let us know. Cool. All right. Let's keep at it, man. This is good. We're raiding, we're chatting, we're multitasking. Yeah, man, throw me some more questions, Vinny's. We're gonna scrape by with this Vaseline. I reckon we can get another raid out of it. But yeah, like, we've been on what, hour and a half time. We've played a stack of raids. When you do first start, like, you do just hammer through your stash, and man, like you're asking, Vinny. Oh, wicked, yeah, open it up, man. So yeah, when you first start, like, scav junk boxes, loads of junk, stuff you find, you know, and then you can sell all this stuff on the flea, right? So, like aquapeps, and then these are the prices, and these always change, right? And then you can add them, and you know, this is why you see a lot of people with loot and certain maps. You know, I want to throw all those up for 18,000, sell them nice and quick, and you know, they sell, you get some money, and away you go. But then you've got different boxes that hold different things. I've got my med cases, and then you've got, you know, item cases down here with all different bits of gear that I've collected. Yeah, Tagilla helmets, stuff from the events that went on. Yeah, I've just just hoarded it and left it there, to be honest. I've just never gotten rid of it. But yeah, these are all boss armors that I kind of had, and I was like, they're basically just left here as trophies. I never use them. But yeah, different types of cases. They give you more space. There are probably guns in here that I've found. I don't use spears. I was playing with the M4s for a while and stuff like this. But yeah, you get all containers and stuff, and you know, food containers to maximize storage space. But honestly, when you play, like, a lot of this stuff, you can just sell, keep it minimal. You know, when you've got a stash on this account this big, you'll have a tendency to fill it up. But yeah, it gets really annoying. So it's really good to try and keep it simple. But you pick it up along the way, man. Especially when you're starting out, it's cool to hoard everything, try it. Yeah, I think I started like Woods. Have the wiki. You know, there's so many resources out there. There's a lot of YouTube loot guides and stuff like that, just to give you some kind of idea and run with that. Woods is awesome. So the extracts are pretty easy to find, fairly simple. You can still loot in areas that aren't hotspots. So like USEC camp at the start of raid's pretty hot. The main sawmill in the middle of the map, just above the water, is pretty sort of hot. But not like factory hot, it's very spaced out. So I think a huge skill that I learned probably before PB was actually getting out of fights. It's weird, man. There was a lot of people playing this who were sort of streaming that for a little bit. I haven't seen Darker and Darker. I know, I saw it like when it first came out in the beta, but I've sort of just... I got to this, I just played the one game. This, like, I think I'm 1,200, 1,300 hours in, still getting stacks of enjoyment out of it. It's just, there's different experiences that come up all the time, different things you run into. So it is really cool like that. But yeah, I've never tried Darker and Darker. I've sort of seen it, and I think it came out in beta for a while, and then they took it off. Maybe went back and worked on it for a couple of months, and then brought it back out again. I've sort of seen the name kicking around on Twitch a little bit. But yeah, definitely recommend. Yeah, jump in. Woods is a great map. There are a lot of cool guides out there for starting, bigger ones, but yeah, Woods is cool. It's a really good one to learn, and it's sort of like you learn a loot route, so start that and try that and learn an area, and then, you know, extract. And then the next raid, you've learned somewhere to loot and to extract, so you expand on that and explore a bit more. And yeah, honestly, run the offlines. I think I ran offlines with no AI just to learn some of the stashes when I started, so I could just go at my own pace. If I didn't want to extract, I could just disconnect from raids, so I didn't have to spend 5 minutes actually getting out. But yeah, Woods, you know, there's heaps of, when you start out, like, there's heaps of hardware items, mechanical items. There's a lot of armor you can pull off there. Yeah, heaps of stuff. Valuable spawns are easy to get to. And the engagements you have with scavs, you know, you'll see them from a distance and stuff like that. So you can just run in there with... generally take some kind of armor is what I'd suggest. At least to stop what they call, like, buckshot from scavs. So if they shoot a shotgun from a distance, it's not going to one-tap you. Can you keep the loot when you're alone? Yeah, man, if you get that loot, it's yours, dude. The best thing about playing as hard is I'm mainly a solo player. It's probably always a lot more passive, and now I'm trying to get a lot more aggressive in play. Yeah, keep everything. So the best thing about playing with friends is, I don't do it a lot. There's a couple of guys I play with. It's a lot of fun. But when you play solo, you don't have to, think about who you're shooting at, because you can kill your teammates and anyone all the time. So the more people to play with, it actually gets really hard. And you don't have to share the loot, man. It's just yours. Take it. All of it. This is a terrible spawn. Terrible. So... yeah, well... so factory is not a lot of loot. Like, to be honest, there's a little bit. And just for you, man, I'll show you some of the spots that you can loot. So, you know the spawns that I had? That's generally over this other side. Those two are fighting it out. We can probably get this guy because he's going to be out in the open. So we'll drop this bad boy in. So stims do a lot of different things. This one gives you a little bit of extra health. And also, the best way to catch him, he's going to hear me by now. So if the other guy had a headset, for example, he'd probably hear me before I hear him. So I'm waiting for this scab to see if it shoots at this player. And it'll tell me where the player is. So, that little bullet there. What is that? Some weird audio happening today. Here we go. So I think there's a player up in here. So going up here is a complete death trap probably at the moment. If we wanted to try and get really crafty, we can try this. So a cool way you can play this map is, yeah, so we've got a player just around here. I think he knows that I'm here as well. So he doesn't want to move a lot. I think he's only a pistol runner. So you can like really get tight peaks. So I'm waiting for audio here because I'm not 100% sure what's... He may have just died to a scav. So I think he's holding it. This is a little bit wild. So he's just out there. So he's either sitting just on the other side of this wall, or he's just sitting out there. So if we wanted to have the best shot at this, we'll get back a little bit. Yeah, so we know our players died here, right? Yep. Cool. I played that one pretty well. So yeah, all this loot, like we can take it out. We've got free gun slots. We can take, you know, and take this gear. So now we've got headphones so we can hear a bit better. And somewhere I put that helmet. There we go. So yeah, we've come out with a kit. These guys had it out, and then he actually was camping in there. So that's where you can sort of pick up on these audio cues and see what's happening. It was actually in the middle of looting that other player. So it's going to be time for us to skedaddle now. So, because we've got our factory key, level 2, we'll take it and leave. So why did he push it? So that's like a new spot I've been trying, is using that stairwell. That actually worked really well there. I repeat, and sort of, I was, you know, this is where moving sort of pays off. I was moving kind of quick, and not to move and fight, but to move and get information. So I knew he was there. So then what I did is I jumped down that staircase, and it's kind of a cheeky angle. So people normally swing and not look down. They're going to be looking to the right? So I got super lucky there and got a little head tap on him. I don't know. And he was in a really bad spot though, like, because he was just sitting in the plane open. Some guys aggressive might just swing and shoot, but he didn't have any cover. So he sort of just went for it. And I don't think he was a massive level, but GG's, man. Johnny the Sheep. The names in this game can be awesome. But yeah, that was fun. Cool. Yeah, that was kind of a cool example of, like, get a little bit better at movement and the jumping and stuff. I sort of watched that and I played with it and tried it myself, and there I've sort of learned to jump and look, and I always found when I was playing really passive and being slow, you're sort of being quiet, but at the same time someone sees you, really slow target. So it's really easy to get shot, but kind of when you're moving a bit sometimes, especially in Factory, it's really hard to make your noise not known because everyone's kind of close. Is better off just moving and shaking, and don't be an easy target. But yeah, hopefully I've had a couple of guys jump in. But yeah, so I've done that raid. And that's a cool thing. And then, you've got all that loot. We've got a fresh little AK there. Money is money, These might be 80k on the flea, so it's 80, 100, 120. Plus this stuff here is 200k. And what they did now is, back in the day, you couldn't actually sell players' stuff on the flea market. Like, you couldn't sell this to other people. Whoa, these have gone up way in value. So these are actually really expensive now. So now we can take all that stuff and we can sell it straight back onto the flea market and make a little bit of money, which is cool. All right, let's get another one, man. But yeah, any more questions, man? Throw them out. But yeah, this stuff tonight, like, when you come out, it's what you could never sell other players' stuff. You could only sell it to, of traders, and generally a trader like a ULAC, for example, that might sell for 55k. But if I sell it to a certain trader, I'm going to get generally a lot less money for it. Well, there I can't even sell it because it's damaged, right? So these 27 to a trader, but on the flea market, you get a little bit more money for it. Some items is a lot more money. Once you get to flea, you just start printing money. There's no issue about that. Some of my games just glitched out here a little bit. One sec, we're just going to restart this really quick. Sometimes the menu freezes, like, it's really rare, but every blue moon. No, man, so, like I was saying before, like, it's a cool way you could play like that. If you want to have, you can go back in with his kit, but I'm just running the same thing over and over, and for me, it's consistent. Oh, man, thanks for watching, Vader. Yeah, we're going to wrap up soon too, but yeah, we'll probably finish this stream up soon. I'll show Vinny a couple things, and then, yeah, I'll probably call it a night, but you know what, man, I'm pretty down to come for a run one night and revisit the DayZ scene. Maybe bring some Tarkov skill. Yeah, it was fun, man. I have a bit to catch up on. But yeah, thanks for dropping in, man. Thanks for sub and checking out the vids and stuff as well. Really helps out. Yeah, Vinny, I'll just reload the game back up. Let's. What are we gonna show for you? I can't remember. Oh, I'm not gonna go back in with this kit. I've got my gear. I'm happy with it, and I'm using the same gear over and over, so I'm nice and consistent with it. Yeah, I want to learn that. I really enjoy the 5.7. I've just sort of started with it last week. I've been playing loads with it. So the one thing I'll show you is kind of a bit technical, but so this armor, it has some penalties like this, right? Ergonomics is how quick I can get my gun up, so a little bit of a penalty there. If I was to run this guy's kit, these are going to be pretty much like for like. Yeah, no difference you're going to notice. But yeah, these are both class 4s, like they're both pretty good, but I just keep running this green. This sandbag though is pretty funny. Probably stands out a bit more too, right? But no, these are both really good armors just to run. This one is wildly expensive. Like normally it's not that much. For some reason that's really expensive on the flea. Yeah, man. Let's go out with a bang. Check this out. I think yeah, we got a reset. Run our presets on our keys and get in. The wait times. So it's really, really good. Factory is generally a really short raid. So if you're short on time or you want to try and get as much as you can in really quickly, Factory is really good for it. I think it's just if you're starting out, don't double your kit. Like play slow or approach fights in a way that you're confident from. Have you done many raids, Vinny? You put up the good fight many times? Man, to be honest, I think my first wipe, like I didn't even have that many PMC kills. I played really passive. I walked away from fights. I generally avoided them, which was fine. It's also a really good skill to learn to get out of fights as much as you get into them. Hey, LED. Hey, man, good to see you. Ah, cool. Yeah, Vinny. Like I say, man. Just and what's made you stop? Were you off put or? Definitely use stuff like I've shown you, like Tarkov tools, Tarkov wiki. Jump in an offline raid and learn a map, and then the cool thing is, like, if you just have a kit that's really basic, like we're running on Factory, right? We know what we're running. We know what it does. We know how long it takes to reload. We know what our health keys and stuff are, or what our armor can handle. When I'm in raid, I have to think about that stuff. And if you apply that to learning a new map, you did some offline raids and learned the map. If you hear players, you have to think about which way should I go, or where a player's likely going to come from, where the spawns and that's going to come from. You kind of learned that bit of knowledge, and then you're going in with a kit that you know, and you can just sort of focus on the game and starting to develop some game sense. So you start to learn player movements a little bit better on who's going to be sort of coming from where and stuff like that. But yeah, man, we've had some really good raids tonight. But we've just been showing some guys. This is again horrible spawn. Alright, so that is all the scav spawning, and that's Tagilla. We're in a rock and a hard place here. So, yeah. I've made the right play here. That's Tagilla, so that's one of the major bosses. Hopefully he's not going to chase us down. We do have a player up here. So what we might try... Yeah, so I think Tagilla might actually be chasing me down, which is... So we're just going to check for audio cues. We know there's some footsteps up here. So running up the stairs is probably a bad idea. So what we're better off doing here is sprint this, jump. Oh, that didn't work. We're just going to try and get around this guy quickly. I'm just going to heal while I'm here. And I think so we know there's a silence pistol up here somewhere. So we're actually going to rotate right back around. Might have actually gotten dropped. That's another nade. So we got a player in here. So generally what I'm going to do is a headset makes it easier to pinpoint where they are. And I know from that noise. Right, so he's down there. He might have a friend, actually. So these guys are pretty aggressive. So generally what you can get with these guys is that they'll charge and you can shoot and then run again. They're still going to be around here by the sounds of it. We could sort of try and make a break up and around here and try and get into office. Yeah, they still think I'm there, so we're going to try this. Oh. Come on. So what we might be able to do here so we're just going to keep moving and shaking. Out here's kind of risky, but I'd have a really good angle on these guys. Now we're also just going to repack a mag. So they're a duo, so you sort of got to play them a little bit clever. And this is where like moving really comes into play. You generally find players will hang out in the same area for ages on end. So they're probably still down there maybe looking for me. So we just want to pack everything. Oh, we got a sec. Alright. This guy might make the mistake of coming up here. I know he's running on metal. So I'm just going to hold this for a sec. Now Tagilla might have killed him as well. It's gone a little quiet, but I think they know that I'm still around. So something risky we can do. We can take the rafters. I sort of don't want to do this. We could try and get up here. We've got a little bit of cover. See the nade's still coming out? So they're still down there. I don't think they've actually come up into the office yet. Yeah, here they come. Might get a lucky head tap here. I kind of want to push down there, but... they're running a lot up and down up this end. So we might have face tapped him. There's one down. Now I'm in a rock and a hard place here because I really don't have any ammo left. I'm really hurt. So as much as I want to keep fighting him, I don't really have the ammunition to do it. Unfortunately. It's alright. So let's see what we can do. I think it's just the one that's left. So what the play might be now is to actually run over to wood. Yeah. Yeah, so they're fighting in office. So the guy I was fighting, he's got a big cannon. Yeah, damn. GG's. It was hard. We got that first play. It was big though. He was junky. We fought that really well. Super happy with that. That was a good fight. It was a good chase. But yeah, I should have really walked out of that. I was only had 10 rounds left in that mag. A lot of fun. That was a. I thought he might have been down the other end, fighting that other player, but that was awesome. That's what you can do with 5.7, man. It is a crazy load of fun, and even I was super stoked how well I just played with the 5.7 there. They were running some big cannons, so yeah, man. But yeah, I've been running this map just over and over. You know, there's, like I was saying. But for yourself, you just want to, do a couple offline raids. I don't spend loads of time doing offline raids because it's really important that, you are getting used to like players and how they move as well, because you'll start to learn, okay, I'm engaging players here and here. And you'll get to learn some player movement coming through. Yeah, man, for sure. If you chuck on notifications, I'm generally going on once, twice a week, and I'm assuming you're probably over in the US or something. So we're here in Australia, Friday night. So yeah, thanks for dropping in, man. Thanks for the chat and the questions and the sub. Super appreciate it. But yeah, we'll definitely catch you at the next one. Happy to help. Yeah. Thanks for the guys watching tonight. It has been really good. We've got some good clips. That last fight was insane. That's probably the single best I've ever played on Factory. I didn't know I could move that quick. It's really good. I was really happy with that. And we just had some really good snap decisions. So we had one of those players rush that hallway. We were able to pop out and get him. And we were just rotating that map over and over and over, and really came up on that fight, which is wicked. So yeah, thanks guys for dropping in. We're going to wrap it up there. And this is 5.7 Factory night, and we are definitely going to do this again really soon. Yeah, if you guys have any questions down the track, always feel free to reach out to me on the channel. Happy to go through anything. If you've got any ideas or maps you want to see, hit me up. I'm here to help out you guys. I know there's a lot there to learn. A lot of guys want to play, and happy to try and help. But for tonight, we I think some of the highlights we had was man with the P90 with no mag, which is always good for a laugh and stuff like that in Tarkov. That is kind of, you don't get those instances all the time. When you do, it's a good chuckle. But yeah, definitely pick yourselves up some of these. They are not a lot of money on the flea, and just run it. They're absolutely lethal, and it's kind of cool coming out with some of that kit. Run yourself a preset and just bang out those raids one after another. Get in there, and just get that experience. But cool, guys. I'm gonna call it there. It's Friday. I gotta get some dinner. It's getting pretty late, and we might run another one over the weekend. But huge thanks to all the subs tonight, all the support. Everyone who's dropped in, having a chat, super appreciate it, love it. But yeah, on that note,